How's up, everyone? And welcome to my final summoning session in Fire Emblem Heroes. Well, pretty much final the whole thing altogether, honestly. See, recently I've been really burned out from this game, and let's just say Grand Conquest didn't exactly help. It also would have been kind of nice if we had done Rival Bromains. I would have been like, oh yeah, I should participate in that one last time, but that ended up not happening. So I'm like, whatever, dude. And you know what? Everyone is tired of the game. Everyone that I know, anyway. That don't like. I mean, I still have viewers such as yourself who still plays the game, but a lot of my friends and acquaintances have long since stopped playing. Like pretty much the last guy left. And there are some people who I didn't even know had stopped. So I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting. I didn't know that Acura stopped playing the game. Or at least I was told this in my comments. And then I looked and I saw that his channel's gone. I'm like, oh, okay. He deleted his whole channel. Alright. Always peg him to be a moody dude who would do something like that. But anyway, today we're going to showcase my supreme luck. And as it is, my supreme luck! Because I have the power of the Dark Emperor Nino. And he's here to get really strong. To get really buff. And expose her belly button. Because that's how you get really buff. But you know what? Getting your stomach cold is the worst thing that could possibly happen. I hated that. Like, I always make sure that I have that covered because, like, when my stomach gets cold, I get a stomach ache, and I don't like that. I hate getting stomach aches. But anyway, as you can see, Supreme Luck lives on.
Oh, what if my belly gets cold?
And Supreme Luck is so strong that even that dumb comment is the first comment that she makes.
I just want to be together like this, forever.
Forever? I don't know about that. Unfortunately, I'm on my way out of this game.
Jafar is holding on to my greatest treasure for me.
But let's go and see how far I can push this. Let's see how many Dark Emperor Ninos I can produce within 40 summons. But Supreme Luck lives on. I might stop playing this game, but Supreme Luck lives on forever. Oh yeah, maybe I should summon for Galapagos, however you pronounce that silly ass name. Maybe I should try summoning for this Pokemon looking creature. Like, how do you pronounce this? Ginnugagap. It reminds me of Kiniko Man. No, Kiniko Man is a lot more interesting than whatever that thing is. It seriously looks like something that's straight out of Pokemon. But, sadly, brain damage has to come to an end. I'm gonna have to go get myself cured. I'm getting old as hell, and I just don't have the same energy as I used to. It's been 7 years. This game has been, almost 7 years. But I played this game for a long time. I didn't expect to play this game for a long time. And, well, I may have told this story before, but in the past, I probably would have quit within the first month or two. But it was like this. I ended up spending a lot more money than I had originally anticipated. And I was like, wow, this is bad, dude. I gotta stop. So I tried to get a refund, and, well, I didn't get it. And I was like, oh, look at that! Supreme! Ultimate! God King Luck. Now I got Kiniko Man. Hey, does Kiniko Man say her own name? I hope so.
No Alphar will be tolerated.
Instead, the first thing I hear is a racist comment. Very good.
No dream survives. You will not touch me. You have but one choice. Abandon hope
Can't you say your name? I bet you didn't say your name because you can't pronounce it.
Well, your cries cannot change reality. I will see your hopes remain ever out of reach. No Alphar will be tolerated. I am the ruler of nothingness.
Why? I really wanted to hear a proper pronounce. Okay, maybe. To be honest, I don't even think they can pronounce it properly. GINNUGSFSFAP.
No dream survives.
GINNUGSFSFAP. Or maybe it's Jinnun Gag App. Jinnun Gag AP English 1. By the way, I don't take AP classes in high school. I hated those. Alright, as you can see, Supreme Luck is a thing that will live on forever. But let us continue to waste orbs on this, because it is what it is. Man, I'm so hungry. I need to go get something to eat. I literally woke up this morning and decided, hey, you know what? I'm gonna go and summon for the Dark Emperor Nino. And that is what I will do. Bulbasaurus Rex. You know, I joke about these other characters with boobs bigger than their head, and it's true. Like, even Bulbasaurus Rex, right? For her large melons, they're not bigger than her whole head. Maybe her face. No, maybe, like, almost her whole face. But, like, even her, she's relatively normal compared to the likes of the new characters that we have. The likes of Senior or Gulvig. Or that goat monster, whatever her name was, Nerpoots or something like that, Nerzul, something like that along the lines. You know, I just don't understand how they could let this happen. Like, they really let themselves go. I mean, I'm pretty fat and useless too. I love to eat and all that, but you gotta control yourself, man. You can't let yourself get like completely out of control. Like, how could this happen? At least, Bulbasaurus Rex knows that there's only a certain size you can get before it's too much. And I firmly believe this, by the way. I think that boobs are good, and they're great, but they can't be too big. If they're too big, I just feel that it's a bit of a health hazard, shall we say. Look at this. See, like, even Charlotte knows the truth. And I think that, you know, her breasts are of a good size and probably will not lead to health hazards. I can only imagine how their shoulders and back must be like, having to carry all that weight around, like pointless weight. And never mind, like, running. How can you even walk? Like, it's like having like balls and chains tied around your chest, weighing you down all day. Ugh. Kneecap. Someone's gonna need to tell me how this name is pronounced, because there's no way I will ever be able to do it in my lifetime. Even if you teach me, I will forget. Virion. You know, I actually had an artist draw of Virion Sephiroth, and I was gonna do a story for him when I had when his Refine came out, and do a dumb showcase video, but sadly, even way back then, that was like a few good years ago, but even way back then, I had lost a lot of energy and interest in this game, and I never ended up doing it. It's such a waste too. I had so many things I commissioned from artists to make dumb stories with, but in the end, I guess I'm just too tired. Too tired. I no longer have that kind of energy. This sucks. I hate growing old. I don't want to be old. You gotta invent some way to make oldness go away. Look at this. Oh, Stinky. 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 She talks about cleansing. I think she needs to go and take a shower herself, personally. The Warriors Orochi. Yeah, I feel like as time goes on, the breasts definitely got bigger. But I don't think hers is as big as her whole head yet, though. So at least she's somewhat healthy. Like Kanika Gap. Blah, blah. Knows that having the proper size is very important. It is thanks to that Giniko Cap can actually probably run and not get weighted down. We don't even need to talk about no. Look at this. Look at this. I say some good things about Kiniko Man, and now Kiniko Man decides to come here and reward me.
I will see your hopes remain ever out of reach.
You know, she's just embarrassed. But you know, she say these ridiculous things, but clearly my hopes is within reach because she comes to me twice. It's clear that she actually likes me very, very much, but she chooses to say these things to act tough. You know, of all the brain damage characters, no, that's too rude. That's too rude. I thought about it for a second. Maybe I shouldn't. But seriously, like all the characters that I talk about brain damage with, there literally is one. But you know, falling from that high probably will cause a little more than that, and just falling from that height willingly in general is not exactly something that I would recommend, or something that I think a person with reasonable brain would do. But anyway, as you can see, today's harvest is not bad at all. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. I got 2 Guniko and I got 2 Dark Emperor Ninos. I wonder if that's IS's way to say, hey, see these awesome characters you just got? Maybe you should consider, stop quitting the game and keep playing. I say, I don't know about that. I'm a little tired, but I thank you for this bounty, Giniko Cap. Like, Giniko Cap is saying these things, but clearly she doesn't want me to leave either. But I don't know. Okay, look. It's like this, alright? Like, we just had Grand Conquest. Guess how far I got in it. Oh, tier 15. You know, I would have been max rank all the time and get all the orbs. But guess what? I couldn't be arsed. When this event came back, I'm like, oh god, please, no, please. Nothing like this again. Come on, man. See, the thing is that you have to do this like every few hours. Well, every 8 if you could. And then you have to get a bunch of those stupid things, whatever they're called, that refills the stamina of GC. So I have to go and do Tower, Floor 2 and 8, 3 times, 15 times in total. but you know, I mean, three times for each realm, and then on top of that, I have to use all those extra stamina and just keep grinding on and on and on and on. And the worst part is, you can't even use Fay Pass for that. You have to actually physically go in here each time to do this, instead of like, yeah, Fay Pass, let's just do this like 30 times or something on its own, and then, yeah. No. Grand Conquest doesn't do that. That's dumb. I hated that. At least with, like, forging bonds or something like that, I could be like, okay, I'm gonna spend 10, right? I'm gonna spend 10, and then afterwards, I go and use another stamina refill, and then I do, like, 17. Then I come back later, and then do another, like, 17 or 18 or something like that. And then, that's it! How wonderful! We're done! But, well, Grand Conquest doesn't do it. And I was already really tired of the game. And when I'm like, oh, okay, well, I'm not gonna get my orbs then. Alright, fine, do whatever you want. Like I care, right? And I do. And that's why I am like, I really can't be bothered. I also have to do these. Well, guess what? I don't want to do them anymore. I'm just gonna leave them like this. Because I'm tired of the game. So if I'm gonna be like that, right, and not play the game, like with my Aether Rage, like the video I showed earlier, oh yeah, getting to rank 1 tier 39 is no problem, but that's only when I actually give a shit. This week, and the week before, and the week before that, I didn't, so now I'm tier 25. Isn't that sad? No, it's very sad. But look, listen. Aether Raids, you have to play every day. Well, except with the exception, like, maybe one day, because then you can, then the energy doesn't cap out. But I hated that! I don't like being told what to do. Or, okay, maybe they're not telling me what to do, but it's like, basically, if you don't do it, you don't get orbs. You don't get these funny resources to make your character stronger. Well, I'm tired of doing it. When a game like this gets to be like on maintenance mode, and I lose all passion for it, I wonder what exactly is the point. And the answer is there is no point. I hung around to see if something interesting may happen. It didn't. Nothing really interesting happens. The new characters are all like pretty much the same. Oh, damage reduction, a bunch of words. But I think they did fix something. I think they did fix something. Let's see. They showed Dagger 7. I could have sworn when I looked at one of the videos, they decide that they're not going to show all the text. Like, I wouldn't know where, I don't know, it shows Discord here. No, I guess it's just in that video they didn't show it. But yeah, look at this. Now it tells me what Discord is. It's tax. It's cute, very interesting, but I don't care. It does hurt me a little thinking that I have all these new characters and I'm not even gonna use them because I'm done with the game. I'm getting ready to just remove Fay Pass and call it quits. Because, look, I needed Fay Pass just to play the game. If I don't have Fay Pass, I would have quit a long time ago because of all the automated stuff that I've been doing. Quote unquote automated. I still have to actually, like, queue it. But now, when Grand Conquest came back, I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. And there was no rival domains to make it a little bit better. So there goes my last chance to go and play the games with a few last associates and acquaintances and fellow Faytubers. So I'm just like, whatever, dude. Like, they're tired of the game. I'm tired of the game. I didn't even know that Actors quit. I didn't know that Elder Vi quit. I didn't know that all these people quit because we lost all contact with each other. There's just a bunch of new guys I've never even heard of before. Like, who are these people? They just showed up out of nowhere. I'm glad that they have such interest in the game, but I've never heard of them before. And it's like I come to this stark realization that I'm getting really old. So many different people have retired. Like, I don't even know who they are anymore. I'm glad, though, that, some of my viewers, such as yourselves, are still here after all these years. But I have to face the facts. I mean, there's only so many of you guys left. And sadly, all good things must end. I don't know. And, it does make me feel a little sad. But I should probably stop. Oh, hey, look, it's both of them in that one map. I should really stop. I want to, not have to think about doing these things daily, doing these things weekly, or etc., etc. I don't even know why I ended up picking up Genshin Impact, because that game is the exact same. I only did it to play with my friends, and now that my little sister plays it, to maybe play a little bit with her, and do some stories and shenanigans, and, I don't know, keep up with current trends. But even that is... Let's just say I'm pretty much done with cell phone games and gacha games in general. I originally picked up this game along with other cell phone games because I was working, and I get really bored when I'm either going to work or being at work or even after work. So I had a little bit of time to play my stupid cell phone games. But these days I work at home. Ever since the pandemic, I started, making overtures to start working at home. I prepared a few business plans that I can do at home. And then since then, all I've been doing is making money at home. Right now, I'm laying in my bed because I'm not gonna go out. I'm just gonna lay on my bed and play these games whenever I feel, however I feel. I would stream for 12 hours. I don't care, because afterwards I can maybe work for an hour or two and go to bed for a few hours, and then I'm up again. I don't have to worry about transit time. I don't even have to worry about going out. I just stay home, except when I have to buy groceries or something like that. But you know what I mean. So I have the pandemic to thank for that, for this extreme laziness. But even before then, I don't know. I guess I got into games like Dragalia Lost at the time because I was getting a little tired of Fire Emblem Heroes. Oh, I'm dying. You know what I mean? Everything is so monotone. So I decided to play that, and that hurt my Fire Emblem Heroes views. And despite all that I say about views, and not caring about them, in the end, yes, I do care. I do care quite a bit, because for any YouTubers, it's if you're not doing well, it just hurts. And right now, it's been 7 years, and I haven't been putting videos up consistently. I have long fallen out of favor with the algorithm. But at least compared to some people, shit talking hour. But you know what? I'm quitting the game, so I don't give a shit anymore about my associates or acquaintances. For example, Actress used to be especially when he was way, way, way below me. He used to be a lot more nicer and a lot more talkative, and he would ask me for opinions and such like that. And I don't know, it's once people start getting a whole bunch of views and stuff like that, it changes them. It changes the whole attitude. They start looking for more. And when they stop getting it, they get moody and depressed and whatever, and, well, I guess delete their whole channel. I have no idea what happened to him, to be honest with you. I haven't spoken with him for like 3 years or more, because I was like, I don't know, he started acting like a prick, and then when he removed me from the Discord, well, okay, maybe he didn't remove me or anything. I just didn't sub to his membership. So I'm like, oh, okay, so now I can't even use your Discord anymore. All right then, you would think that we would still talk or something, but no, I'm now a patron Discord now. You have to sub to me in order to go to my Discord, or otherwise all you get is like a couple like bits and scraps of news and shit like that. I'm like, all right, okay, you do you, dude. I don't give a shit. Like we weren't really more than acquaintances anyway. Like I just thought that it would be cool if still stick around and maybe talk about a strategy or two or something like that. But okay, all right, you do you. And then there's guys like Choopy Choozy. Honestly, I love Choopy Choozy. I like his stupid ass name. But as it turns out, that he's an asshole, and he also allowed views to change him, but mostly because of the whole asshole and the whole raping people thing. That really didn't sit well with me. Like, there was a whole drama a few summers ago because of that, but that's a whole different can of worms. So anyway, all I'm trying to say is that time really changes people, and YouTube really changes people, and I am so tired of dealing with that. I'm so tired of seeing things like that. I'm sure things are a lot quiet now, though, because everybody I know had quit the game, except for like a few viewers that I still here, like on the daily and stuff like that. But I'm very sorry to have disappointed all of you by finally making a decision. But I think it's about that time. And it's not like I can pass down my account either. It's like tied to my Nintendo account. So I'm like, there goes that. I guess, all these 10s and 20s and 30,000s worth of stuff is gonna be wasted. Unfortunate. Like, when I quit Arc Knights, I just pretty much gave my account away. It's like I sold it for really, 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 really cheap. I'm talking about, like, I have a bunch of, like, I don't know what they're called. Constellation, like, C6 stuff. Like, they're called something. I just don't remember what they're called. But they're, like, rank 2 elite or some shit like that. And I have a bunch of those characters maxed out, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm done with the game. Because I picked up the game during the start of the pandemic, because I was kind of bored, and I decided I needed something to do. And I did that, and, well, I got bored after 6 months in, and gave my account away. Well, pretty much. I sold it for really cheap, like $100 or something like that. And considering the thousands that was in there. So, it's been like this for the last couple, and honestly, it's such a waste of money. There are people out there who can't even live, like, they're living, like, I want to say people are living by paycheck to paycheck, but there are some people who can't even do that. And here I am wasting money like a fool. I should be helping my fellow man with stuff like that. So I'm just gonna, I don't know, I'm gonna do more real life things or something like that, or at least something that doesn't involve spending so much money. But chances are I'm probably just gonna sit at home and not spend so much money doing that. But look, I'm a guy who can quit smoking cigarettes cold turkey, so it's gonna be the same thing with gacha games. Eventually, I'm gonna be like, okay, well, I'm gonna stop, and then I just stop, and then that's it. And I fear that this was what's going to happen with this game. It's really such a shame, because it's been so many years. I've had a lot of fun with you guys, but the game just isn't fun anymore. And I don't like chasing metas like I did with Yu-Gi-Oh! After a certain point, like, I used to play a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! In the past, like, when it first came out, and the TV show was, like, on all the time. Okay, maybe not all the time. I guess back then there was no on-demand streaming or anything like that. We literally had to get up at a specific time to watch that show on Kids WB 11, and we just watched that and play Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Okay, maybe I wasn't a kid back then. I was already pretty damn old back then. But I was like, I'm dumb. All right. Oh look, I like stupid card games. I I have a bad place for them. But anyway, I end up playing that game since the beginning up until like, what was it called? A GT or no, not GX or something like that. Yeah, it was GX. I played up until then, and we were doing like stupid things like synchro summon or something with like vehicles with faces on them, and like Thomas the Tank Engine characters, and I'm like, oh well, you know what? This looks stupid and it's boring now, and I don't like all these new mechanics that I've never even heard of. Well, because they're new, and I just don't want to chase new things all the time. I liked old school Yu-Gi-Oh. Alright? I like playing old school Yu-Gi-Oh! And not have to think about looking at some damn new cards that are like a million words in it. I don't want to read. I want to play my game. I don't want to read. I want to be like Nino and not read. Like, what is the point of putting all these dumbass words on these games? I just want to play the game. I don't want to look at this. I don't want to look at something like this. I don't want to have to, like, take a look at this when my opponents say a whole bunch of different things. Like, my card effect does this. You lose the game. Like, what? What are you talking about? Let me see this. And it's just a bunch of fucking words. I'm like, okay, alright. Whatever, dude. You won. I'm done. But whereas before then, effects are like a sentence or two or three at most. And then, well, everybody understood when you play like a Pot of Greed, you draw 2 cards. Or you play like Graceful Charity, you draw 3 cards and you discard 2. Everybody understood that because you see those cards like all the time. Oh, Mystical Space Typhoon. No problem. Alright, I get it. Yeah, Oh, yeah, you attack me. Oh, whoops, I'm going to turn my card face up. And it's, oh, what's this? It's Magic Cylinder. You lose the game. Ah, fuck. Instead, I lose the game and I lost the game because there's so many words. Like, why are you summoning all these creatures? Why are they all on the field like this? Hey, stop. Explain to me. What's going on? He just keeps special summoning these characters, and then these characters get tributed to special summon even more characters. All of a sudden, there's a guy with 5,000 attack points on the field. I'm like, okay, all right, that's great. Oh, by the way, here's a Ring of Destruction. You die, you lose. Dude, sometimes killing people with like these most simple cards like Ring of Destruction, it absolutely is wonderful. Of course, then eventually they start negating that, and because their stupid cards have like things that negates all cards effects. I'm like, all right, dude, okay, all right. So in other words, spend $500 on this card and its associated decks and shit like that, and you just simply win. Okay, all right, you know what? Fine, that's great. You win. I'm so happy for you. But that's basically what it was with Yu-Gi-Oh! And that's what's happening with this game. Look, I can get a little sweaty. I can get competitive with the game. I mean, I just posted a dumb video of me proving that getting to rank 1 is no sweat at all for me. Look, this dude was using the stupid Claude, the new Claude with the desert or whatever Claude he was, with the towel on his head and like... and that stupid dagger that you can constantly spam fucking lethality with. That is a dumb character. That is the dumbest design I've ever seen. And that is so stupid. I don't even know why they thought of doing that was a good idea. But they did it. There's a lot of things that they do in this game that I wonder why the hell did they do that? How could they even consider that to be a good idea? Why can't we go back to the simpler days of 2017 or 2018 when we could just like make a character like this, and like they have a bunch of simple effects, and you know we send them to fight against each other, and then we counter each other with other simple effects. Now I have to read an essay each and every time. And you know what? Another fucking thing that always bothers me now is damage reduction. It's like, you know, back then it's a simple addition, and it's like, oh, okay, well, you know, he does so and so much damage. I just gotta make sure that my defense is so and so, and then I'll live. Or he has so much defense. I just need to add up enough attack, and then he dies. Nowadays, there's this damage reduction here, there's a damage reduction there, and now your 50-something damage is now 2. Sorry, dude, you lose the game. What? Excuse me? Fuck that. You know, that's one of the things that's been really bothering me. It was cool back then when the only person who has it was Supreme Ultimate God King Bike. But, well, now everybody has it. And now I have no idea how much damage I'm actually doing, unless I, do the, damage preview. But sometimes, you know, you can't see that. I mean, you know, it's the enemy's turn. Well, I guess that kind of sucks. If you're playing a defense character, well, you better hope that you have 1,000,000 damage reduction and something that cancels damage reduction, canceling damage reduction by having a lot of defense or having a lot of healing or something along the lines of that. But nowadays we have Fatal Stroke 4, so good luck using that. Good luck using the Demon Maria to revive you. Just whatever, dude. Yeah, that's the source of frustration I have with the game mechanics itself, among the whole getting burned out thing. It's just one thing after another. And then another thing is that I like Fire Emblem characters. I like them a lot. You know, I summon for them, and now that I have all the characters that I really want had came out, who am I even summoning for these days? I suppose, you know, I just summoned Nino, so you know. But that's just an ult, and she has like 12,000 ults. And she doesn't even have the old, Nino art style. Now some guy named Pakyunoski draws the Dark Emperor. I prefer Amagai Gintaro or something, whatever his name was. I prefer him because he was my Nino artist. He drew all these different characters and turned them all into Ninos, like Sheep Nino or Blonde Nino or something like that. But no. We now have some guy like that draw Nino. It makes me very sad. That doesn't really matter though. That's like basically scraping the barrel here, but you know, it's just the change in game mechanics, the pace we're going, and still having to maintain the game. It's just too much for me. I don't want to do it anymore. Like, I would have to this on Monday, because that's usually when I do these things. I would on Monday have to do this. I have to do this, and maybe a Summoner's Duel, but I don't even do those. Like I maybe played Summoner Duels like a good week or two, like actually playing it. Then I get bored, and then you know what I do when I go into Summoner's Duels? I go in there and then I surrender. I leave. Because I don't want to play through that mode. Yeah, I can kick your ass, so what? I don't care about doing that anymore. I just go in and then leave, because I'm already at a high enough tier to get enough of my rewards. As long as I use a bonus character, my leave doesn't count, and I get to stay in my whatever tier and get my reward, and I am done. But, you know, I guess it's just all the new game modes that they come out with have all just been a bunch of grind. I mean, I understand. What can you possibly do in this game, right? Well, I guess I had a suggestion previously. You know, I was talking about a roguelike dungeon or something like that, and with story and everything. Like, it plays like a real Fire Emblem game. But that was like 5 or 6, 7 years ago. I literally talked about it like 5 or 6 years ago at the very least. When what did I say it was? I think it was combining the stories that we have in Forging Bonds with something. Oh man, I don't remember what it was. The point is that it played like a Fire Emblem game. It had stories and stuff like that, and instead of like just doing repetitive maps that we would have normally see in the training tower, except, well, instead of these randomly generated maps with no story, there would be a bit of a story, and maybe, I don't know, maybe like some kind of encounter or something. Point is that it's just so boring. It's so lifeless in this game sometimes. It's just, oh yeah, there's an event, you do it, it's just a bunch of randomly generated maps with a bunch of randomly generated characters, and you have to grind it like 60,000 times. Like, Tempest Trials is like that. Forging Bonds is like that. Hall Forms is like that. Grand Conquest is just like that, except with the bigger maps. Well, I guess Rocker Sieges are a little different, but, you know, those aren't very interesting either. I mean, like, looking at all these events, right? The only thing that's kind of unique was Pawns of Loki. But then that also turns into a bit of a grind. You have to do, like, 9 maps or something like that. I guess it's not that long. Point I'm trying to make is that I'm tired of doing all this stuff. I don't want to treat this game as a job. You know, that's something like Penis Master 1 could do. That's his thing. That's his job now. Actually, honestly, that's what I thought would be for Acarus too. The whole reason they did the whole patron thing and other things like that, I assumed was because he wanted to make it into a job or something like that. But, well, I don't even know. I don't even know what his deal is, and nor do I care. You know, that's just what I know. But I'm tired of it. I make a lot of money doing my actual job, and I don't really feel like spending any more effort into a game that I don't find enjoyment out of anymore. I prefer playing my niche games when I play my Dynasty Warriors and my other things like that, my Romance of Three Kingdoms, until maybe the next big release of whatever comes out. Like, Power World, actually. I want to play Power World so badly. Dude, it's a game about, like, being Pokemon, enslaving Pokemons, and having them make guns for you in the factory or something like that. That's awesome. And then you shoot other Pokemons, and you enslave them. I have no idea what all this crazy stuff is about, but that sounds absolutely insane, and I want to check it out. And that's coming out start of next year. And the start of next year is also when Romance of Three Kingdoms 8 remake comes out. So I have plenty of time to mess with that too. Right now I'm playing Mountain Blade for many hours a day. And I'm having a lot of fun with that. Even though it's starting to become a bit of a grind. But once, with those games like that, oh yeah, I don't have enjoyment anymore. Alright, well, we're done. Games like this, on the cell phone that you've spent lots of stupid money on because you're a stupid idiot, is, well, a little harder to do. And thus, the whole video we have today. But, well, I have already spent too much time talking about this when it should just be a simple summoning session. I just want to thank you all for joining with me through all these years, through brain damage with Dr. Sakura and curing things like face cancer. By the way, face cancer still hasn't gotten cured. We have like 1 million resplendent characters, but Lord ain't one, that's for sure. His face is going to be permanently disfigured from face cancer, and no one's helping him because I have no idea how they do things in IS. Like, there are people who clearly needs fixes in their faces and they don't get fixed, but there are people who clearly don't. Like Eureka, for example, she actually has really good art to begin with. then they turn her into a child-looking character. Lucina as well. Like, she turned into a fat, chubby butterfly lady. Butterfly lady, that's just too strong a word. Butterfly girl. Too strong a word. But, you know, she originally looks like this. It looks like a normal, upstanding, regular-ass person. And then afterwards, she becomes, well, chubby and fat. Do I have her chubby and fat somewhere? I can't look at it. My brain is working right. So, flying Nino. God, I love the Nino artist so much. Anyway, I can't find my Lucina to talk about, but I'm sure you know what I'm talking about, so why the hell doesn't matter, right? Anyway, there goes all my complaints with this game, and at least this one looks kind of normal. But, like, the whole resplendent thing, too, is stupid. 2 to all stat. What is it going to do for you these days? Maybe later they'll allow you to allocate where those 2 to all stats go. Maybe that'd be kind of cool. But even then, like, catching up with BST probably isn't even that big a deal anymore. Nowadays, it's all about getting new skills. Oh, there she is. Like, how the hell does a normal Lucina turn into that? Like, what even is this thing? And they call this a fix? They managed to give, like, Lucina full body cancer. Like the whole, she's just, like, completely made out of cancer now. Whereas, you know, in the past, she looks like a normal person. I have no idea why they thought that this was a good idea. And you know what? You know what is the most ironic thing, too? This is the most ironic thing I've just noticed. But even looking like this, she has breasts that are bigger than her regular form, which is honestly really staggering. Like, she's just so flat. And yet, this guy, in his infinite wisdom, decides that he's going to draw Lucina like this and has breasts. I don't even know, dude. Again, it's out of control. Absolutely out of control. And then, anyway, I'm done talking about random ass things, like how Veronica should continue to have one of her long ass Raditz like hair instead of whatever she is now with a short hair. That's just really sad. And let us continue with the farewells. Again, I thank you all for joining with me through all this trial and tribulations over the years. It's been a long time coming. And, you know, eventually I just stopped doing videos as often. It's just less and less and less. And I'm sure that is why, you know, YouTube has less algorithm and, well, people just stop coming. And it's just really depressing to put forth any effort into doing anything only to get nothing in return. Okay, maybe not nothing, but, you know, I still have you guys around, but still, it's just like, what's the point of doing all this if this is all I'm going to get? It's not that I don't appreciate you guys. It's just, you know, that's all I'm going to get for my effort. It's just, you know, it's just the way YouTube and shit like that is structured. It has nothing to do with longtime fans like that. It's just a numbers game. And that is why it changes people like Acurus and Choopy Choozy. What was it? Chaz. There we go, Chaz. Yeah, I keep forgetting his actual name on YouTube. It was Chaz Aria or something like that. So, yeah, it changes those people, turn them into assholes. And why? Because that's just the way YouTube is structured. It changes you as a person. Everything is about growth. You know, that's how it is with real life businesses as well. Especially if you're not a privately owned business and you have to deal with shareholders. All they care about is your growth. They don't look at anything else. They look at if you're making money, and if you're not, they make you make money. They make you go through doing all kinds of stupid ass things in the name of making money. And I hate that. I hate that with businesses these days that aren't privately owned, because they're basically ruled by their shareholders. They ruin so many different games, and they just... But that's in a whole nother can of worms. I don't want to talk about it right now. I just want to say, I thank you all these years for sticking with me. For those of you who were, and for those newer viewers, I want to thank you for taking the time to visit a guy like me and listening to me rant about all this crazy ass things. Even though you may not have any idea who the fuck I am up until recently. But, well, I've been doing this for years, and let's just say my brand is a little tired now. So I'm going to go and, I'm going to go and have breakfast, and I'm going to have a nap, and I'm going to go and play the games that I've been really needing to play. So, once more, I thank you all for watching. Until next time, in some other game.